will come out here. We have seen, I believe it was Rascal picking that one up
twice.
A couple of times.
And
Did
it wasn't
not work
great.
out.
No.
But hey, Keen, you know, he said he was going to rip the textbook to shreds, the test, the Zeus test. He's going to rip it to shreds. We'll see if he can do that or bonk it to shreds on the Jax. Also another option. But yeah, I was expecting more of
Viable side lane threat. They might have an edge.
Here we go, guys. Game number 1. Let's jump into it. All right, here we go. Telecom War to start us off today. Match number 5, right in the middle of the week. As Faker jumps back onto Galio, as he's getting really aggressive here. He might get a little bit zoned away from this one. Will he have to flash? Looks pretty likely, but Carrier does a good job of blocking, and that will be very nicely done. So he's going to get in there. Pretty interesting to see them just go straight into aiming on the Zeri. Zeri definitely
back into him. And it becomes harder for Keen to CS, but also Keen took a ton of damage from the wave there, right? Like Zeus is crashing a big wave. And as a result, Elfbar going lower and lower, Keen has to spread his attention between trying to stay alive and trying to deal with the pesky Gnar. The one upside of this is that KT, thanks to their great vision control on the bot side of the map, has now started the Dragon. I think they should be able to get this with their bot lane having very high priority and able to quickly pick that up. But it is just a singular Drake, and that in of itself isn't really going to offset the already 600 gold lead.
Faker's ultimate. That's about it.
Got an ultimate, which might make a subsequent fight for an objective a little bit easier. But well responded. Good read from T1, identifying that Zeus, after his TP back, didn't have control of the wave, to see that over to Keen, and as a result, KT trying to play around that, trying to get their checks ahead, which, again, I do think is a very important part for them. If he really was continuously falling behind, he would be in trouble.
Flash on in. They're trying to get on top of this Yumi, and he will go down. The polymorph was too quick.
Oh, hold up.
Keria had no chance, and now no Mega Gnar, no Galio ultimate, no teleport from Faker. A second kill will go to the side of KT, as he was just an orange buff in that case.
Sure, hopefully we'll talk a little bit more about that bot play, but the top play to me is perfect, because not only does it actually kill the Gnar this time, but the kill goes to the Jax. The kill goes to Keen, which might lead to KT having a lot more pressure in the side lane, allowing him to maybe look for a little bit more of a 4-1. Look at that. Look at that UI upgrade.
Whoa.
I really like it.
Zoom in on the Canoniga.
I know. I did, yeah, fortunately.
Seems like, you know, Owner was sticking around thinking maybe because would come mid lane still pretty uneventful as it is Syndra versus Galio.
It's more about how they are both able to influence the sides. Do want to reiterate that a single misposition from BDD or aiming, or Lahenzi even, can mean deep trouble immediately. Oh boy!
Galio's coming on in, and that Syndra doesn't have cleanse. They're going all in onto BDD, and they finally take him out. Took a little bit, and they give the kill to the Sivir.
Thank you for proving my point, T1. As I pointed out, a slight misposition. Didn't think that BDD was mispositioned, neither did he. Clearly, that was the case. Faker, the great instigator, able to immediately get the taunt off. Think that BDD thought that maybe he would be able to live through that. Unfortunate. I think if he flashes out of that taunt and he gets underneath his turret, might be fine, but it's not going to be the case. Important counter kill. Not enough to get T1 out of the hole that KT has put them in, at least for now. And this bot lane pressure also really paying off thus far. We actually see that the ability of Zeri to pretty reliably get damage on top of turrets, especially when combined with a Lulu, has been working out very well. And still, even with that kill on mid, KT, he's still AP, so in that way you would get a lot of mileage out of your stats, but he will blow people up regardless in terms of late game combos, and just him hitting scatters is going to give him enough value as is. And now you have both your 4-man units, very, very strong, with aiming already accelerated, and a Lulu on his back. And then on the other end, you have your your side laner, also with a sizable gold advantage. Already on his Divine Sunderer, Steel Cap's done as well. But this is where I think T1 really has a leg up on a lot of teams. And this is where KT needs to be the most careful. Because this is where they turn the tempo around, and as I pointed out,
okay,
here they go.
Yeah, it's going to be on the hunt for something. Here comes Keen, and Owner goes behind the turret, and they do not get the turret. 40 health on this mid tier 1.
That's very sad.
At least. And now Guma does not have on the hunt. He does have a Yuumi though, so Cuz is like, oh yeah. Didn't see it other than, you know, maybe silver boomerangs. And also you have a Lulu to potentially keep you alive. So there's like a lot of other ways that you could have survived outside of a crown. So I definitely do agree with you. There also are a lot of ways for T1 to proc that with the Galio and the Sivir specifically. So we'll have to wait and see just how much value that crown can get. We're always looking at crowns as, you know, was it correct, was it not? And we'll just have to wait and see how much value you can get out of it as the third Drake of the game, this Ocean Drake, has spawned.
Pretty good setup here from KT, a lot of vision around.
They're not fighting.
Yeah, they're not going to fight. TP comes in, says we're going to instead trade gold.
Ooh. Nope, too clean from Cuz. You knew it.
So what's new with you, Veldas? I know, but you know, maybe you want to enlighten. We haven't had any time on the casting desk yet together, so you know, we got a little bit of LCK downtime.
Well,
hold up.
You say that, and here comes Owner, and this is the dive comp, but aiming is totally fine. As Faker's ult got canceled, there is the exhaust, immediately gets cleansed. Aiming still having to go forward. He will eventually go down right. Right, he's going to go down. No, maybe he will not. He is going to fight through to the end. And just because of that, T1 used everything to try to get the Zeri, and they could not kill her. KT take down 4, and now they will take the Baron.
That might be a breaking point in this game here for KT. Beautifully done. T1 identify we need to kill Zeri. Unfortunately for them, KT is aware of this fact. Beautiful response. As we get into the replay later on, like, I really want to highlight how well is that his damage pretty negligible. Everfrost and Zhonya's very good in terms of utility as
oh no, T1 tries to group up to try to fight this one. Now Owner is going to continue in. He immediately goes down. A little bit of hesitation from the T1 side, and KT's like, really? You want to fight us here? I don't know about that, buddy. As now Keen gets low, but they're just getting baited into this. KT are wiping the floor with T1 in this first one.
And KT going to be able to push through here at the very least. Inhibitors are going to be broken, might even be looking towards the end of the game if they really want to try it. It's early still.
They have Baron.
Could be looking for it.
Still 30 seconds of Baron. I think you go for it.
I agree.
Just don't overstep your bounds. Siege the turrets. See if he can make it happen. They're going to get this scat of the week onto Faker, who is looking for the engage. He is going to get a pretty nice taunt on the aiming here. Who's still alive? He's still alive again as both Nexus turrets go down. And KT are looking to back at the right time, but here comes the TP from the side of T1.
Point.
This is why teams generally take it safely when going for these early pushes, as now here comes the Galio. The entire dive is going to hit the front line alone. Do they have enough? In goes Keen, as this Counter-Strike is only going to hit 1, but Meganar will take him down. So T1 do get 2 extra kills on the backside of this fight.
Almost 6k gold behind. So
now there's
going to need a couple more of
now
those.
There's 4 stopwatches for KT. Owner's just dead again, I believe. He's getting pretty close. Aiming very, very close to taking him down. Does have to flash to get it, but still going to be worthwhile. As Owner once again kind of left out to dry. It's kind of what it looked like in the last fight as well. Just trying to make a stand. You know, T1 needs to dive, but not looking too clean. As in goes Faker, he's being kited. The Meganar gets stopwatch aiming! Puts on the Nikes and says, no thank you. I will not be getting taunted tonight. I will not be getting Meganar tonight. As there's stopwatch number 2. Faker goes in alone. He's trying to create a front line here for Guma and Keria, but it doesn't look like it's going to work. KT will be taking down the Nexus here in game number 1.
What